It's Josh here, and I'm going to be doing more work on the miniature aluminum jet boat with the 1100 Kawasaki triple. And on the last video, we had it up and running fairly well, but then as kind of time wore on, it started to run worse and worse and worse, and that's because it is fouling spark plugs. It's still essentially running rich, or running not properly, so we're going to take the carbs apart today and see if we can get them dialed in a little bit better. What I'm going to do is remove the carburetors and the spark plugs and get them up on the workbench. Carburetors and spark plugs, and the front one pretty good, middle one looks pretty fouled, and the rear one looks like it might be a little bit rich. Essentially, we need to lean it out a little bit. I was kind of wondering if we might need to adjust the pop-off pressure, and fortunately I've got all of my where we're set up all written down. Basically, I could go in like a quarter of a turn on the, let's see, the center one is the one that we're having trouble with. But I'm gonna go ahead and check the pop off on these. I've got my gauge to the fuel in, finger over the that one's good. Moving on to the next carb. This one is not popping. So I don't know how that happened. I expected the pop-offs to be too low. Okay, there it goes. It's not especially reliable. I didn't find anything too awfully wrong in these carbs. The only thing really was one of the pop-offs seemed to be stuck, but once I opened it up and oiled it, then it seemed to pop okay. Okay, pop-offs. After measuring them several times to make sure I'm getting them correct, it is 22, 28, 25. And this 22, I guess, is kind of low, but I don't know. It's not like I don't really think I can like mess with the spring or anything like that to change it. It'll just mess things up if I do that. The only way is to get a stiffer spring. So I'm not really gonna go there at this point. I might just get new stuff for it and see if that gets it closer to where it needs to be. But now I gotta get all the lines put back on this to where they actually go. And then I have just slightly adjusted the low speed jetting on the center one, obviously, because it was definitely rich, and the other one that was kind of rich. So, and we're talking like minimal amounts of turns. One I adjusted 1/8, the other one 1/4. And the thing is, you can't really adjust these things when they are installed. These are ready to reinstall. and then we'll try to run it on the hose. You can tune the front carburetor on the hose because that one's the only one where you can access the fuel screws. The other ones, not so much. Finishing putting it back together. See, make sure that's the correct. Yes, that one goes there. This is the return. Goes over here. Gotta make sure my pulse lines are installed. Now we're ready for running. Tune what I can. I just got one car. Kind of waiting for it to idle a bit smoother though. It's just gotta warm up, blow the cobwebs out, the whole deal.
If you need parts for your older Yamaha or Kawasaki, make sure to head over to vintagejetski.com. Use promo code Jetskibrothers for your 5% off at vintagejetski.com.
Just in case this is the day that it works good. Turn the camera on. Ah, classic. Left the water thing open. Changed out the CDI or the igniter for this. And I'm gonna give it another try. Not really expecting any kind of result. We'll see what happens. I just happen to have that CDI unit laying around, so I thought I would throw it into the e-box
and give it a try and see if it did anything different. It was no different at all. In fact, it keeps running worse and worse, and that's just because the spark plugs keep getting more and more fouled. So what I'm gonna say is we have more stuff coming up on the miniature aluminum jet boat, and we're gonna get to the bottom of what's going wrong. And for a little bit of a hint, I'll let you guys know it's not in the carbs. So that is something that happens to me, seems to be quite often with a two-stroke, is you try to tune the carbs, but there's some other underlying issue, and you can't really tune out a different issue by adjusting your carburetors. So that's coming up soon in the next miniature aluminum jet boat video. So stick with us for that, because you don't want to miss it.